Oh, opponent, come on. Come on. I thought we were having fun. You had so many cool cards on the battlefield. Look it. You had like all of those. Look it, you can count them. You had to use 2 hands to count all your cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost like perfectly 10 hands. 10 hands. 2 hands. My fair citizens, Sodium City, we have the Falling Sun. And this is going to be a mono white land destruction deck, utilizing Approach of the Second Sun as the win condition. So obviously, if it is mono white land destruction, the only way you can do that is using Fall of the Thran. So when Fall of the Thran comes into play, destroy all lands. The next turn, each player returns 2 land cards from their graveyard to the battlefield, and then the next turn, same thing happens, return 2 lands from the graveyard to the battlefield. We do not want the opponents to be able to do this, all right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna utilize Tormod's Crypt, which is a 0 mana artifact. You get to tap it, sacrifice, exile target player's graveyard. This is amazing with Fall of the Thran. We're gonna destroy everybody's lands, and then we're gonna exile their graveyard so that the next 2 parts of the saga, only we are the ones that are putting lands back into play. The other way that we kind of have an advantage in these cases is using Cascading Cataracts, which is an indestructible land. It does only tap for colorless, but it's still an indestructible land, so then when we throw down Fall of the Thran, it destroys all lands, but since we have indestructible lands, it is just some extra mana that we have available that the opponents don't have because they're probably not running indestructible lands. With the win con being Approach of the Second Sun, you do want to make sure that you have the mana advantage. So if you are going up against a control deck, you want to destroy everybody's lands and exile their graveyard just to kind of make them panic. Try to make them tap out as much as possible, trying to either draw cards, get more lands, or just really restabilize, because it can be very detrimental if you are able to resolve Fall of the Thran against a very heavy control deck that's running counter spells and stuff like that. So Approach of the Second Sun, being able to cast that when they're unable to counter is the most important thing to do, because it specifically says if this counter was cast from your hand and you've cast another spell named Approach of the Second Sun this game, you win the game. So the very first Approach of the Second Sun that you cast in a game, you don't really care about that. It can get countered, it doesn't really matter, really doesn't matter, because you're casting it. And again, Approach of the Second Sun, if this spell was cast from your hand and you've cast another spell named Approach of the Second Sun, it doesn't say and you've resolved a spell named Approach of the Second Sun, it's just cast. So now, in order for this, the second Approach of the Second one, to actually check the game to see if you've cast Approach of the Second Sun earlier on in the game, it has to resolve. So the second approach that you cast has to resolve. The second one cannot be countered. So that is the most important one that you have to make sure doesn't get countered. Currently, we're only running 3 Approach of the Second Suns. So if we're going against a very heavy control matchup, counter control matchup, it is very scary. You have to be very aware of how many you have left in your deck, because if you can't resolve a third one, it's going to be extremely difficult to come back and probably won't be able to win unless they mill themselves out. And for some additional fun, we ended up adding in Hour of Revelation. So Hour of Revelation, 6 mana sorcery, destroy all non-land permanents. This is just amazing in so many different ways, but again, it's all non-land permanents, including your own, so keep that in mind. But the spell costs 3 colorless less if there are 10 or more non-land permanents on the battlefield. So again, this is really good against artifact decks, creature decks that go wide. So it only ends up costing 3 white mana, which is so cheap. Now, of course, destroying all of our permanents is not usually good, but that's why we're also running the Skyclave Relic. So Skyclave Relic, 3 mana artifact with the kicker of 3, it's indestructible. Now, if you kick it for 3, it enters battlefield, and it creates 2 copies of itself. So it ends up making 3 Skyclave Relics that tap for any mana. So this is very good in a couple different ways, because not only are they indestructible and will not die to Hour of Revelation, they also tap for mana, so when we cast Fall of the Thran, there's still mana available for us to use. And I'm gonna have to say the standout highlight mastermind of the deck is gonna be Karn, Scion of Urza. So Karn is an amazing card, especially when you're using Approach of the Second Sun as the win condition. So Approach of the Second Sun, whenever you resolve it, you have to put it in your library 7th from the top. So Karn is just amazing with this because +1 is reveal the top 2 cards of your library. An opponent chooses one of them and puts that card into your hand, and then exile the other one with the silver counter on it. And then you get to -1, put a card you own with the silver counter on it from exile into your hand, and then the -2, create a creature that we just don't really fucking care about that. So we're able to dig down into our library 2 cards every single turn with just Karn, plus we get to draw. So we get our draw step, and then we get the 2 cards from Karn, and then we get a draw step, 2 cards from Karn, and then the next card is Approach. So if everything goes right, it's just Approach 3 turns and then Approach, or Approach 2 turns and then Approach again, instead of it being 7 turns. So it's very, very good. Again, Karn seems to be a standout highlight of this deck. So if anything, I would definitely keep Karn in this deck. Everything else is pretty much just filler. It depends on what type of decks you're going up against. If it's a lot of aggro, you may have to change it around a bit. Against a lot of control, you'll probably have to take it out a bit. If we're going to take this into best of 3, you're going to have to tweak it to best of 3. But again, the main parts of the deck are going to be the Fall of the Thrans, the Tormod's Crypt, and the Approach of the Second Suns. And then I would say Karn, Scion of Urza. Very, very good standout card. And as for yesterday's comment question of the day, I asked you, where do you see MTG in 5 years? Do you think they'll decrease the power creep? Do you think they'll just nerf a bunch of cards? Do you think they'll continue to ban a ton of cards? Anything. Here are your answers. And if you want your answers featured in these videos, make sure that you answer the comment question of the day every single day, 7 days a week in the comment section below. And if you want people to answer a question, ask that, and maybe I'll feature it in these videos as well. Stay salty and enjoy the games. I think it's a garbage win con. Agreed. My opinion, it's only a good win condition when it's coupled with Sunbird's Invocation, and then it's funny. It's probably the greatest win condition if you have Sunbird's Invocation. No counter spells. Oh, I forgot to put in the things. No. Need 1 more land and we can Skyclave Relic. Kick. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Throw in Zatalpa. No, I was gonna put in I was gonna throw in the lanterns so you guys stop being annoying. However, look at this case right here. Our opponent has done so much. And look, we get to follow the Thran after they've done all that shit. And we get to Tormod script for freezies. That's right, I forgot about that. I forgot the fact that we can just do this before they get 8 mana. All right. That's right. Now I remember. Now I remember why your point is invalid. What happened to all your lands, opponent? This isn't Hearthstone. It's like it's close to being there. We just need some fucking card draw. With 4 Fall of the Thrans, I don't think Dawn of Hope is going to be useful. Hedron Archive is card draw once. I need like consistent card draw. I need consistency of sorts. Crypt to sideboard. It's best of 1. We're not running Naked Karn right now. One of the Sun, not to draw but to scry. I would rather run Birth of Meletis. Yeah, Omen of the Sun. There's like a bunch of different... Karn is a way better option. For sure. 2 Arches isn't bad, it's just getting the permanence for it, because we don't have a whole lot of permanence. Because this is temporary, goes away. This I really only use when I am going to cast Fall of the Thran. We just don't have a lot of permanence. The main reason I'm using relics is because we're using our revelation. The relics are indestructible. All right, let's try this. I mean, maybe we just can't run Relic because we can't. Because we don't get up to 6 mana. It's just, in order to cast the second approach, it makes it so much easier. What is this hand? This hand is horrible. Arena needs more old cards. Another anthology. Yeah, there's another anthology coming on Q1 sometime. I thought it was going to be January, but it doesn't seem like that is the case. Any update on the new shirts? Yes and no at the same time. The landlord is here. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate you. What is this hand? Snap keeps? How'd your meeting go with the artist? Fantastically. The initial email exchange that we had, for some reason, I just wasn't thinking properly. All right, we have a Wrath of God. Nice. So, when she quoted the prices, she's like, oh, I forgot exactly what it was. It was like, you know, for something like this, like for each illustration, I would charge anywhere from, it was like $800 to $1,500. And I was like, okay, cool, yeah, it's whatever. I didn't realize until like way later that she was talking about euros. I don't know why, because I knew she was French. Like, I knew she lived in France. I don't know why I didn't think that. In paper, it would be a foil wrath or an autographed wrath. Yeah. So it was a little bit more expensive. Is that expensive in USD? It's more expensive. Aha! Got him. And Karn helps dig for the approaches? That is the Tits McGee.
Tits McGee is on vacation.
It's not very nice. Yeah, so I paid her like, I think I paid her $750 for the first illustration, something like that. So the shirt is 2 illustrations, one on the front and one on the back. So the shirt itself is going to be like almost $2,000. And there's no way I'm gonna make that much money back. But the shirt's gonna look tight as fuck. I mean, I bought this fucking sign for $1,500. This has made me literally $0. So, you know. Yeah, I'll be selling the shirts. I was just, my initial thing is that I wasn't really going to sell the shirts for much of a profit. But now, since each one has to cost, or each one is going to cost so much fucking money to make, I might actually have to sell it for some type of profit to not bleed my own blood. Nice, opponent. Nice. However, I'm trying to make the shirts so that it's more artwork focused than like Sodium City. They won't be Magic the Gathering focused or anything like that. It's definitely not going to be anything like that. Yeah, the only reason I'm putting these down and not scrying with them is because obviously they have Thoughtseize, they have some type of discard, and I don't want to deal with that. Fuck me! Okay. This could be bad. Oh wait, they just blink it. Just kidding, they blink it. For some reason, I thought they were going to give it to me somehow. Like with Role Reversal or something. Assuming you're selling shirts for $40, you would need to sell 50 just to pay for the art. That's if I had a $40 profit on the shirts. Yeah. Yeah, which is ridiculous. Yeah, just for yeah, but I'm going through a group of like a company or whatever that does a print to order, so I'm not actually going to be printing them myself or anything like that, which will obviously help with that cost. However, it still obviously does hurt my face. Yeah, it's still a cost. Because then it comes down to, do I want to offer free shipping? And because if I give free shipping, then it's less profit for me, obviously. But I could most likely sell more shirts that way. There's a lot of things that are involved. It's kind of cool, actually. It's really fascinating. See how many basics you got, bitch. Right, they have a basic. They have a basic. Discard 2 cards. Do you do content full time? Absolutely not. There's no way I could. Risky? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I can downtick my Karn and get a 4/4. Okay. So now I have to. Well, that sucks ass. Alright. Well. It's a good top deck opponent. It was a good top deck. Yeah. Die to everything. Feels bad. We didn't get our Hour of Revelation. We drew a lot of cards, we did not get our Hour. Couple things would have been sweet. Couple things. Give you the Wrath for dominance. Yeah. Gotta go to bed now. Alright, Grix, school, take it easy. Have a good night. Can't imagine. Oh yeah, no. I stream 5 days a week and I do YouTube content 7 days a week, but if I were doing this full time, it would be very different. There would be a lot more going on. Lame! Night V Tire Girl. I guess I'd be sleeping. Nice plug. I know, right? No, I would have a lot more time to do other things that I would like to do as far as like content creation stuff. But I love my day job. And I don't plan on like quitting my day job anytime soon. So, you know. You know. You do? I'm a systems manager for a small software company. I think I actually draw a card from here to try to get a land. I didn't get a land. Chemister's Insight. Using Duress and Chemister's Insight. Using a deck from 2 years ago, chat. Yeah, it's fun. I like my job. I like the company I work for. I like the people I work with. I like, you know, the amount I get compensated. There's just like, I have zero complaints. I've like never had a job like the one I have now. So it's fantastic. They give me good vacation time if I need it, which I like never use, but that was... Ooh, they sabotage it. Okay. I was like, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to kick that, but doesn't matter now, does it? They bend and ionize? For real, though? I think I have to kill that. Fortunately. I would have loved to approach, because it's like a guaranteed resolve. But they could just combo off and kill me next turn, right?
I'm known for my excellence. Keep up the pace.
Sweet. All right, they countered that. Maybe they don't counter the other one?
You know what? I'm not done.
You're never done, Teferi. Never done. You think they drew another counter spell? There's no way. There's no way. All right, they didn't have a counterspell. See? I told you, there was no way they had a counterspell. Don't forget to follow me over at twitch.tv/StriderStone. I stream 5 days a week, every day except Monday and Thursday. Schedule in the description below. It's MTG Originals deck? Is it really? You've been trying your best with it? No. It's one turn kill you with Frenzy and Lotus Cobra? How does that happen? Yeah, how does that happen? We need to go to a fourth approach. Ashaya. Yeah, because every creature will give you mana or whatever. But how does that kill you? Opponent, what happened? Your head exploded. It's weird how it would one turn kill. And it's guaranteed? Huh, interesting. I guess I'd have to see it. It doesn't seem like it'd be guaranteed. But who knows? He finds some crazy shit. Not guaranteed, just likely. Potato, potato. And Azusa and the dinosaur. So you get extra land drops. I like how I got a life for that 0/0. That was cool. Huh. So, do we go for the relic and just try to ramp? Double top? I don't like the looks of that. I think I have to try to approach as quickly as possible.
Aha! Just what I was looking for.
Nice. Nice. Okay, 4, 5. We're at 5. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Let's see what I can do.
And it doesn't remove any of the counters. Yeah, exactly. That replacement effect, though. We have some dead cards. Well, Settle the Wreckage is still relevant. Counterspell. Dick was playing when his opponent had Blood Sun. I couldn't even tell if he was trolling. Oh, that was that one. That's the one you were talking about. Got it. 5, 6. All right. So we have approach mana open. Cast it next turn. And then the turn after that, we have to hope that we can resolve it. That's all we get. That's our biggest hope. Biggest hope. Sure. Luckily, they didn't get the Skyclave Relic. Luckily, they did not get the Skyclave Relic. Got it. What are the odds they have a counter? 100%. We only have 3.
Ah, here's a new piece to the puzzle.
Yeah, fortunately the first one doesn't matter. But they have Absorb mana open, which I'm not super happy about. Did we ram it out anyway? All right. We didn't ram it. Luckily for us. Didn't ram it. Opponent, you can't sad butt plug me. You're the one playing the fucking lame-ass counterspell deck.
Secret unlocked.
The focused and disciplined encounter no obstacle. Keep an open mind.
Bait it. See. Hour of Revelation would be great.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
Because it's a cheap spell that would get a lot of shit. Yeah, it's a cheap spell that would hit everything. That would pretty much guarantee a counterspell. It's like 7, 8, 9. We have 9 mana. We need 7, so we need 1 more land and an Hour of Revelation. And I think we can win. Unless they keep up a fuck ton of mana, right?
Show remorse. I'll show strength.
Also assuming no packs, correct? Should have scried there. Should have scried first.
Hurry.
Got to shuffle their graveyard? Wait, how? They have like... Isn't it 12 counters? And 12-hour counters, yeah, they have 12. They're at 4. Oh, well, yeah, they can do it a bunch, but can't do it that much. Maybe I can bait it out with the Tormod's Crypt, though. Maybe they will dislike the Tormod Crypt. I doubt they're gonna counter that, but... Alright. Do we go for it now? Or do we hour? Yeah, we got a 2-2. Damn it. If I had fucking 1 more land. Alright, so now I'll settle. Well, if I had, yeah. If I had 1 more land, I could have potentially approached, but...
No time for a break.
Yeah, I'm like, there's just no way they're gonna do that. They didn't even, like, skip a fucking beat. Yeah, Crawling Barrens. There was just no way. Prime 1 mil. Okay. Possibly. I'm just gonna do this. Oh. Come on. Not the card I wanted. It's my only chance. All right, it's okay. We ended world hunger by letting the opponent eat my ass. The deck is doing decent. God damn it. Want to keep it. All right, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping the combo. And I'm gonna thin out the deck with Fabled Passage. Oh, fuck me. All right. I don't have ramp, but I do have cataracts. I'm going against land destruction, chat. That's not good. I don't know what we can do against land destruction. Please don't have ramp. Please don't have ramp. Shit. All right, this is bad. Finally, an opponent with taste. Yeah, but Memorial Tour is not good though. I say that, and I'm gonna lose to it. That's how it goes, right? I do like the fact that they didn't scry on their upkeep. I like that. I like that. I'm a big fan. If they could just keep doing that, that'd be great. I don't like this. I don't have a way to kill those yet. That's just so much. The thing is, those flip, and then they have so much fucking mana. Ugh. Wow, and a braid. Ah, shit. Alright. Oh, to answer your question, no, Crawling Barons can still attack because it's only when one enters the battlefield. And since Crawling Barons was already on the battlefield, please don't destroy land. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Go away. Sad butt plug. Chat, we did it. We beat land destruction. Who'da thunk it? I did my best. Beat land destruction with land destruction. I just want people to stop using Memorial Tour. Is that too much to ask? Is that too... Yeah, who the fuck does that guy think I am? I was so loose butthole. We do need to go back up to the 4th approach. feel like I just need to surrender and go to the 4th approach. I feel like going to 4 Karns and 4 approaches basically wins us. Like almost every game. I just have no idea what we would take out. What up, Bart? Omen of the Sun. Omen of the Sun is a bad card. What up, Dunkin' Donuts? Fuck you! Alright, that's like the biggest card that we did not want to see right now. And we don't eat Doritos and playing. It's the move. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we're gonna need our hour.
My allies are counting on me.
Alright. Oh, yeah, this is a problem. This is, in fact, a problem. What up, James?
I battle for the force.
I should have minused.
Choice.
Yes, I too will make you pay extra. Destroying his lands does literally nothing. Back! Shouts Charizard James. Awesome guy. Doing a weekly podcast currently, which is super cool. With a bunch of different content creators. I guess primarily Magic right now. Should I export this list? Not yet. I haven't perfected it. I don't think it's gonna happen tonight, for sure.
There is great power in the things we make.
Shit. He's gonna start swinging on my face. There's nothing I can do about it. Not yet, anyway. That's 6. So we'll go up to 7. I could minus and get a blocker, but fuck it. Oh, where should you export the list? Oh, are you redeeming? Are you redeeming something? Yeah, if you're gonna redeem a deck list, then you just want to put it in the Discord. I'm not doing it tonight, though. Definitely not doing that tonight. Oh, I said Discord. Discord. What else is there? Another card. It's not good. Not good at fucking all. Shit. We have Settle the Wreckage, right? Yes, give me that Hour of Revelation. Gimme, 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 gimme. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. So he's just gonna do this, so this is pointless.
I will defend my allies.
Please plus your God Pharaoh statue and swing with it. Please. Please.
Awaken.
Plus your God Pharaoh statue. And that's fine too, I guess. Legends say Foreskin Monument. Because it is a foreskin monument.
Some solutions
They still have Blast Zone, but they're not doing anything with it, which is great.
What was lost is now returned.
I gotta do it, unfortunately, right?
There are greater battles to fight.
It's better than them winning. It's better than them winning. I'll draw a tome first. So activated abilities of artifacts your opponents control can't be activated. Mazemind Tome, artifact. Can't be activated. Artifact. Can't be activated. Artifact. Artifact. Your opponent can't be activated. Artifact. No, I'm not. I am not going to draw a card first. No. No, I'm not. Why didn't you activate the tome? I forgot to. I forgot it.
Stand down.
I forgot it. I forgot. I'm not a good player. If you want to see quality Magic players, you need to go check out Charizard James. He's a much more talented Magic player than I am. He would never forget to use the tome. Where are you getting Cage?
I will rid you of your
You clarify if puns. All right, so activated abilities of artifacts your opponent's control. I'm the opponent, right? Activated. Okay, is the drawing is an activated ability, right? Sad butt plug. Karn isn't even real. Never forget Sodium City. Oh, opponent, come on. Come on. I thought we were having fun. You had so many cool cards on the battlefield. Look it. You had like all of those. Look at you can count them. You had to use 2 hands to count all your cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Almost like perfectly 10 hands. 10 hands. 2 hands. I'm gonna stop talking now. Alright, hello everyone. My name is HARTHSTONE. I am the mayor of Sodium City. I'm currently getting roped by a mono brown trash artifact player. AMA. Yeah, it's a shitty player. So the stat breakdown for the Falling Sun, after all the changes, ended up going 16 and 11, which is way better than a mono white land destruction deck had any business going. So I was very proud of this deck. It was super fun. I did enjoy it quite a lot. I feel like the biggest issue that the deck had was the mono brown matchup, the heavy artifacts with Ugin, Ulamog. It was mainly just getting around Ulamog. If Ulamog was able to come out on early turn 4 or turn 5, which was pretty much every single game we lost against them, if they targeted the lands, there just wasn't anything we could do about it. We do have the Settle the Wreckage to deal with it, but usually at the second one, we just didn't have the answers to it. There were a couple times where we were able to resolve an Hour of Revelation, and they were still able to just repopulate the board a turn or 2 right after, and we still ended up losing the game. It's a very, very rough matchup, but it is winnable. I think you would have to go back up to 4 Hour of Revelations, because those were the times that we won to, is when we had 4 Hour of Revelations instead of just 3. Outside of that, we went up against Orzhov Aristocrats twice, and we kind of just got rocked by them. I don't know why, but it was not our matchup to have, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. And then, of course, Dimir Rogues. A lot of decks have problems with it. We just weren't able to resolve the spells that we needed to in order to come back. And of course, the deck is relatively slow. They don't really thrive on many lands. They only need like 1 or 2, and they're perfectly fine. So using Fall of the Thran and Tormod's Crypt doesn't do a whole lot. If you are going up against rogues with this deck, though, use Tormod's Crypt to exile your own graveyard in order to make their counter spells less effective and also reduce the power of their rogues. So that is some 5-head level shit that you can do, so just keep that in mind. But again, it's a pretty bad matchup. They do beat a lot of decks, though, so you will always have to keep that in mind. Outside of that, it's too small of a sample size to really say, but it's a super fun deck. I liked it a lot. If you have the wild cards, build it out for sure. Yo, what up, YouTube? Yeah, we going here, Strider. Come on. You didn't really think that I was that type of person, did you? Thank you everyone so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you were even a little bit entertained by this video, please make sure to let me know down below. And if you have anything that you would like to see next, go ahead and leave that there too. And make sure to check out my live stream 5 days a week, every day except Sunday and Thursday. Stream times down below.